Hello everyone, and this is my review for Monday Night Raw on February 29th, 2016, and that's right, we're still in February, people. Well, I mean, this is being filmed on March 1st, but the Raw was for February 29th. Fun little leap year stuff and everything. Actually, as they also noted, first ever Raw on Leap Day. But I digress from that, because this Monday Night Raw was a mixed bag of very lackluster, or maybe it seems to be lackluster in the hopes of setting up stuff for WrestleMania. But, like I said, there was a mixed bag of lackluster and a decent amount of other stuff that was going along, and maybe potential setups going into WrestleMania. I'll talk about those as I get to them. First of all, we'll start off with with what seems to be two different Divas storylines going into Mania this year. Obviously, the one with Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch, and right now Charlotte amongst the Divas title. The match that they put on tonight for Becky Lynch and Sasha, I thought was a good match overall in the terms of everything. The ending was a little bit weird, but it was also kind of nice to see. I know they used it in NXT recently, but it was kind of nice to see them use it on Monday Night Raw, where, you know, typically if you were to get a triple threat match set up, this match would have ended in double disqualification right off the bat. I like the aspect of the double pin. It came off a little awkwardly of how they got to the double pin. I feel like the one that Sami Zayn and Samoa Joe did was a little bit better. But I like the aspect that they can continue on the storyline and not having a full-on number one contender yet going into WrestleMania, and they're going to have another match on SmackDown. So I like that aspect of it. On the other side, you have what seems to be a storyline starting with Lana and Brie Bella. First of all, you have the backstage promo with Brie Bella and Lana. Okay promo, nothing too special there. And then you have the match with Naomi and Brie Bella, which was an okay match itself. I like the new submission finisher for Naomi. I like the added touch that she's like towards the end of it, she would start just punching Brie. It just to add a little bit more effect to it, I thought was a good way of ending the match. And of course, they have Lana come out afterwards and just do the whole stare down with Brie Bella. So it looks like they're going somewhere with that. Okay, they're finally using Lana in some way. I guess she's finally out of the doghouse completely after, her complete mess ups with her other storylines, in the terms of, they weren't very good, but still you messed them up by the whole getting, having the fiance, having Rusev become her fiance during that time, and not in the aspect that happened in real life. It was the aspect that they let it get out there really quickly during that storyline. So it seems like they have her out of that doghouse, and now they're going to let her have a storyline seemingly with Brie Bella going into, I guess, either a Raw or WrestleMania. It seems a little bit weird in that sense. Kevin Owens continued on with his storyline with the Big Show. God, I'm hoping that they're not having him work with the Big Show at WrestleMania, because I think that would kind of be a waste at this point. At this point in time, I think Big Show needs to be doing something completely different going into Mania here. Of course, they do the role reversal this week, where on SmackDown, Big Show lost by countout. This time, KO loses by countout. So it looks like they're going to continue on with this. I'm not fully looking forward to it. It might lead to some kind of multi-man match. I'm not too sure here, but we'll see where they go with everything. Miz getting a real quick win over Dolph Ziggler. Rumor going around that he's going to be, doing some kind of, both men are going to be doing some kind of match, but they're going to be putting Miz in a bigger match this year than Dolph. So we'll see where they're going on that side. Nothing much to the match. It was a really quick match. So, like I said, there was really nothing to it to begin with. Stephanie's promo. This is where I kind of find things getting a little bit interesting. And we also have a tease bait for next week as well, because this Raw also set up next week. Okay. First of all, you had New Day going up against AJ Styles and Chris Jericho. They're not going to the full turn yet here. I feel like I still feel like Jericho's turning in some way, shape, or form. And you have that showing, it's like, okay, they've teamed up, and now they've kind of earned themselves a tag team title match, which I thought was a really good match with New Day between AJ Styles, Chris Jericho, and New Day here. I thought it was a really good match. Having them go over in this case, continually teasing the aspect that, you saw the frustrations going into the match with AJ Styles with Chris Jericho, and they're slow burning it out there to eventually. I feel like eventually they'll have Jericho turn in this case. So I'm liking the aspect that they're kind of doing it a little bit slow here with that aspect, with that side of everything. And honestly, I kind of hope it leads into like a one-on-one match or something else for AJ Styles and for Chris Jericho going into the pay-per-view itself. So we'll see where they go with everything. I feel like with next week having that tag team title match, that's probably the best spots for them to do the turn. But we'll see where they go with everything. Maybe they give them a short reign and then have a turn happen a little bit closer to WrestleMania. The Undertaker, well, all the promos with the McMahons in there. You had Triple H at the beginning of the show with Dean Ambrose, so you had them set up a match with him and Alberto Del Rio going into the main event that night. But also Dean challenging Triple H to a world title match. I thought this segment came off a little bit awkward and everything. I didn't necessarily like where they went with everything about this. Like, Dean just kind of came out there and was like randomly asking questions and everything like that. I didn't really like this segment all that much. I didn't think it came off all that well. I mean, it came off decently. The ending segment of the show, I felt came off a lot better. It played a little bit better into Dean Ambrose's character. Just the aspect is like, okay, when he finally gets after his match with Alberto Del Rio, and obviously ending in DQ and everything, because he gets beaten down before Triple H comes out there and starts cutting a promo on Dean Ambrose, which caused Dean to attack Triple H, and then Triple H gives him the pedigree, says you have your match for next week, blah blah blah, and the one line that comes out of Dean Ambrose's mouth that just infuriates Triple H is like, he's like, Triple H, thank you. Just says thank you. And then Triple H comes down and beats him down. It's kind of, I won't say it's really bad going with the same kind of ending segment twice, where Triple H is down there beating him down. This is what I call a little bit of a tease bait to get people interested. Dean Ambrose is definitely the more over guy than Roman Reigns right now. So you're having him before WrestleMania going into a match with Triple H for the title. This is what you call a little bit of tease bait. You feel like you don't feel like it's going to happen, that they'll have Dean go over in this case, but you can't put it past them either to not do it. I mean, I guess they could make the main event now a fatal four-way or something like that, because you obviously already have Brock and Dean going into a match together, and you have Roman Reigns and Triple H into a match together. And these matches have actually been announced and everything like that. So you can kind of make it a fatal four-way in that sense if you want to have all four guys wrestling, or a triple threat if you want to like X-Nay Triple H or something like that. But I don't see him doing that. I don't see him doing that at all. I see Triple H going over. And this is why I call it a little bit of a tease bait, in the terms of they're teasing a title change. But in the terms of how WrestleMania is already built, they're going to have to completely change like two of the main events right off the bat if that happens. And the only way they can really do it is to make it one match. So it's a teaser out there. It's like, hey, you're getting a title match right before WrestleMania. Are they really going to change the belt here? I don't see it. I mean, I guess you never know, moments happen in there. But so I'll be interested in seeing the match, and I can definitely tell you that the crowd's going to be amped for this one. So we'll see how everything goes on that match next week. Overall, I felt the ending segment came off a lot better than the opening segment did, at least in my mind. So we'll see where they go with everything there. This leads into the McMahon's promos and The Undertaker as well. Stephanie McMahon's promo, I thought came off really good. I like the aspect that she wanted to go out there initially. It's like, I'm just going to do my speech from last week and everything like that. And then she cuts almost like this scathing semi-shoot promo on Shane. I like this. It gets Shane over even more as a babyface, but even kind of throws out a few true points on the aspect that he hasn't even been around. He hasn't even gone to WrestleMania. Trying to make him almost the bad guy in a sense as well, to go along with everything. And you know, her saying like how hard she works on everything, but yet just gets like, oh, we want Shane chance. I liked where this promo was. It made her come off even bigger as a heel, but even throws little glimpses of truth out there towards Shane. Vince's promo towards Shane and incorporating the Undertaker in there as well. You know, Vince comes out and says, Undertaker's my instrument of destruction, and he brings out the Undertaker. And Undertaker just like, makes it feel like he's not a full instrument of his destruction. By, you know, he grabs him by the neck, cuts a short promo, which is all he needed to do here, saying, you know what I do, and the blood of your son is on your hands, and kind of just leaves. And I feel that makes it even more ominous, and you even get what I feel is a little bit of a change in Vince's demeanor, because afterwards he becomes more docile and says yes, he's going to write him out of his will, but you can tell he's like semi-regretting, like the storyline makes it feel like he's semi-regretting putting Shane in this match, and maybe he does something to the Undertaker at WrestleMania. We'll see how they play off of that, or if it was just an aspect that he lost his voice during that portion, so it makes it feel like he makes it feel that way. So we'll see where they go with everything there. Overall, this Monday Night Raw was kind of ho-hum. It was kind of ho-hum. I felt like a lot of the segments came off very awkward. You had Ryback in there as well. I actually kind of liked the more intense Ryback in there. It was like, I'm just going to go out there and do a match. And then, like, partway through the match, he just kind of flips out and goes off on Adam Rose. I felt that came off pretty decently in there. But overall, this Raw was just like, kind of out there. It wasn't really feeling all that special towards anything in there. A lot of it set up for the next week, where you have the tag title match with AJ Styles and Chris Jericho against the New Day, where I feel like you're going to get a bit more of a storyline aspect towards the end of that match. And you have what I call the tease bait with the WWE World Heavyweight title match of Triple H versus Dean Ambrose. And I feel like they're doing that to try to get people to watch, because I guess on the aspect of you never know. But I don't see them changing the title here. It would be nice if they did and put had Dean with the title, but like storyline wise, you're kind of committed, and I don't know if they have truly enough time to kind of salvage that in the terms of going into WrestleMania and everything. So we'll see where they go with everything. This week's Monday Night Raw wasn't all that great though in the end. So that is my review for Monday Night Raw, and I thank you guys for watching.